Hello everybody. We're here Tuesday morning, end of the month, August the 31st. I'm enjoying it. Closing out the summer with Dave Ledrew here at the Newfoundland Emporium. I'm going to ask him a couple of questions for you guys.
Don't make me responsible for closing out the summer. I got enough problems now.
Okie dokie. What's your full name?
David Barry Ledrew.
How long have you lived in Cornerbrook?
Not all my life yet, I hope. Well, since I was a baby, I came here when I was a babe in arms with my mother. It was during the expansion of the mill back in the late 30s, I would think. I've been here ever since.
Where are you originally from? Where were you born?
Well, I was born in St. John's, but only because I wanted to be close to my mother when I haven't.
Yeah.
So, but my father got a job here and with some of the mill infrastructure, and so they came out here.
Excellent. Have you spent much time abroad?
A little bit. Spent some time in Europe. 10 years in Europe. Lived in every province. So I've been around a bit.
Why do you always come back to Cornerbrook?
I don't know. I've often wondered. Why the Irish always want to go home, and farmers always want to go back to Saskatchewan. Same reason, I guess. You're drawn back to the place that you came from.
Absolutely. So how long have you had the Newfoundland Emporium?
I have no idea. But I think it's probably 18 or 20 years.
Okay. What's your biggest seller here?
Me.
Good, excellent point. Handsome man. What's your favorite item in the shop?
My favorite item would be, I hate to say it, but perhaps Joey Smallwood's bow tie. I have his bow tie that he had on when he signed the articles for Confederation. And I have another thing owned by a guy named Victor Campbell, who was with Scott in the Antarctic back in 1910. I have some of his stuff. And they're probably the nicest items I have. So.
Excellent, yeah, definitely. So, you're a popular destination for tourists in the city. What unique view of Cornerbrook and its people do you have behind this counter?
My view of it? Well, it's a small industrial town that continues to grow in different ways. From being a mill town originally, now the mill is only a secondary industry, I guess, because there's more people working in the hospital and more people working in the university now than at the mill. Although the mill is still an important ingredient because that's the only thing that's really creating new money for the province.
As a tourist destination, do you think that Cornerbrook is doing enough right now to sell itself as a tourist spot?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not?
No. Not selling themselves at all, that's the problem. They're just sitting back and waiting for people to come. And that works to some degree, but as it gets more competitive and more people looking for the tour ships and the tour buses, it becomes a really competitive thing.
Yeah. Over the years, what's the biggest improvement that you've seen here in Cornerbrook?
That's a tough one. Well, the infrastructure's improved. The roads are all better. The sidewalks are improved and all that sort of thing. But I think the best thing that's happened here, and a lot of people don't realize it, is the Cornerbrook Trail. I mean, they've done a fantastic job of improving all that area, the Glimmerland Pond and the old Margaret Bowater Park, and they've now reintroduced salmon to that river. And I've been around other places in the world where a river like that, can be a really draw for people because they could put a replica of the old sawmill that was down there, and they can bring back the vegetation like they're doing, trees and plants, and a great walking trail, and to start to use the pond for other purposes, like artistic purposes. The Grossmorn crowd festival, they used it this summer for dancing and music, and it really worked out well. More of that is needed. And it's coming over time, But still a young town, really. It's only 75 years old, So I come from places in Europe that are 500 years old or 1,000 years old, so it takes time.
Got a lot of time to grow, yeah. Okay. Over the years, what do you think has been the biggest downfall?
Oh my God, sure. Perhaps Joey Smallwood. I don't know if I can put my finger on one thing.
Yeah.
It's, I think it's a lack of vision of what this place can really be. You know, I get thousands of people in there every summer, and tens of thousands over a period of time.
Yeah.
And they all think we've got a great spot. But I think we have to do more to make them welcome. Like, we have cruise ships coming here down at the wharf, and there's absolutely nobody there to meet them. Nobody.
Yeah.
And when they leave, there's not a soul there to wave goodbye. I've got letters. I had a dog here. His name was Moose. He was a Newfoundland dog, really big guy. He was about 200 pounds. And every morning, 7 or 8 o'clock, no matter what the weather was like, we'd be down there to welcome the ship. And when they left at night, after 8 hours in port, we'd be down there waving goodbye. One time I got a letter addressed to Moose, Corner Brook, Newfoundland. And they brought it right over here, right? And inside this guy, there was a picture of me and the dog standing on the wharf, taken from the ship. And a little poem there, how we had welcomed them when they came, and we were there to say goodbye. And but that's the kind of personal touch you got to develop. But right now, a ship comes in down here now, there's nobody there to meet it, and nobody there when it leaves. There's hardly an extra flag put up. They've got a one-man band, you know, with an ugly stick in the corner by one of those containers. You hardly see him and hardly hear him. Well, he's a great guy, great for a kitchen party or something, but they have to do more with it, and they don't. They just don't do a thing. Not only that, but we're losing ships all the time. We just had 3 canceled for this month. And we only had 8 or 10 anyway, and now we have less than we had last year. St. John has way more than they had the year before. Halifax has way more. Halifax gets 150 cruise ships a year. 150.
Yeah.
Twice a day sometimes. Cruise ships.
Yeah.
And they have more this year than ever before. The 3 they canceled here are gone to Halifax. Why? I'm not quite sure you can put your finger on it, but I just think we don't work hard enough to keep them. The best way to get a customer is to keep your old customer. And we should be doing more to make these people welcome. You know?
Okay.
That's simple.
Excellent. All right, so we're going to finish up now. Anything you'd like to say to the Corner Brooker audience?
No, just keep watching whatever program you're watching.